this video I want to talk briefly about the breathing. There are many different breathing techniques, and yes, we also will use different techniques over time for different scenarios or just to practice different techniques. Maybe we use one technique when we do, let's say, normal exercising. So for most of the things you can use this technique, and it's also really important to use this. I'm not sure how aware you are of your breathing when you see this video, but there are mainly two types. People unconsciousness breathe in daily life. So one is that people breathe into the belly, and the other is that people breathe into the chest. What we need, again, mostly, not always, but mostly, and this is why I want to give you this video now, is the chest breathing. And there's a simple reason why. Because when we do stuff, like for example you now in the beginning, you do a lot of stuff where you need a good stabilization of the core, because it combines the lower with the upper body and keeps all together. And to keep this stability, you cannot, or you have to find a way how to breathe instead. So you cannot breathe into the belly without losing stability. So we want to breathe mainly into the chest to keep the core stable. So I want to talk about the inhaling process and the exhaling process. So when you inhale, try to really only breathe or inhale into the chest. Really feel how you fill the lungs with air. Really breathe in really deep and make the chest and the lungs really full of air. This is really important. When you practice it, you can do it lying on the floor with the back on the floor. For example, like this, or also like this. And when you breathe in, you can bring the hands on the belly, because then you have a reference if you really breathe into the chest. So I breathe in. I can also do 1-1. So, and when you are doing this, try to really relax the shoulders, relax the neck, and keep the spine really long. So feel that your spine is long, that you don't tense too much or get too exhausted when doing it. So see it also really as an exercise now, and you can do this every morning, for example, for the beginning, later maybe before every training, or just like that, to really get used to breathing into the chest. So again, breathing in through the nose, that's important. We breathe in through the nose, and we try to relax the body and just fill the chest and the lungs with air. When breathing out, so the exhaling process, we breathe out through the mouth, and imagine you want to blow out a candle. So it's not, but just keep the lips almost together. Yeah, and just have this, you feel it also on the lips. And this will help to really empty the chest and the lungs completely. And exhaling, like I just showed and explained, also helps then to keep or to activate the smaller and deep lying muscles, and also to keep the activation. Yeah, you can feel it directly when you're lying on the back. And you inhale. And you exhale, and you directly feel that the small and, yeah, like I said, deep lying muscles are activated and really work together. And this is another important thing we want to create with this breathing technique, because it also will of course help to keep stability in the core. Then to finish this video, I want to give you two pictures you can use, which help maybe also to connect the mind a little bit with the breathing. Then it's a bit more embodied method of practicing this, and not just doing it and using the technical knowledge or information. So what helps me is when I inhale, I really think about filling the chest and the lungs, and it can feel a bit like, or you can imagine like you will fill a balloon with air. Yeah, it's really full, and then you exhale and it gets empty. Like you would open it and then there it's going out. And when exhaling, you can imagine there's a zipper between the pelvic floor and the chest. And when you exhale, you imagine you're closing the zipper from the pelvis floor to the chest. Yeah, so it's going from down to up when you exhale. Cool. So yeah, I think that's enough for this video. As I said, practice it at the beginning quite often, every morning or always before you do a session, to really get used to it. And as always, you want to make it your own, so that it is really working automatically. Yeah, so you don't have to think about it all the times. Or all the time, because when you do more complex movements or stuff, you don't have the time to always think also about the basics. Yeah? So really focus on it now. You have time for it in the first phases, and just experience this idea of breathing and make use of it.